I'm Danielle from Clearly, and we are in the business of enabling net zero for fleet operators and their suppliers. We do it by doing three things. One is to remain compliant. The second one is to identify initiatives to reduce emissions. And the third one is to finance them. We're doing it by saving a lot of time and a lot of money for our customers. I'd like you to meet my friend Sam. Sam is running a large fleet. He's in a retailer. That fleet is part owned and part third party. It's 30,000 vehicles. Sam has a goal to reduce the emissions because his company has set a net zero target. The first thing we enable Sam to do is identify where is his intensity of his emissions across his fleet in Europe. We go beyond that and we tell him which hub is driving the most. The final thing we're doing is we're breaking down on every single vehicle for every single trip the emissions or the energy intensity. We split it by what's actually driving it. This first category here is the vehicle itself. It can be the fuel type, the vehicle type, the tire type. The second one is the operations. This could be the behavior of the driver, it could be the weight or the packages that's inside the vehicle, or it could even be other aspects in terms of route control. And then the third aspect is the energy. As we had in the first picture with Gavin, we know that just because it's electric, it's not zero. The energy mix is very important. So we show the mix between the diesel, the fuel, or the electricity. Now we go beyond that, and what we're doing is we're allowing him to then simulate any variable across the supply chain. Here, we're doing the energy mix. This is an electric vehicle. We can go further. He's already electrified the fleet. What we're showing him here is a reduction if he's actually going to change the mix of the energy. And then we're speaking money, because we're all in the business of still running for the biggest ROI. Let's see how much savings he does if he goes ahead with this. This is the savings we have if he's going to change his energy mix. Small investment, big impact. The final thing we do is maximize ROI. The good news is that there are a lot of sticks in the market in terms of regulations, low emission zones, etc., but there are a lot of carrots. And out there, if you can simulate those in a fast manner, you can get to the highest ROI by seeing the true cost of going ahead with a project. This is all done by something called trip-level emissions. What we do in Clearly is we bring together data silos. It's a hardware-agnostic solution. Zero additional sensor, camera, or application is needed. And what we're doing is we bring together mobility data. You'll be aware of that in the room. This is data around the connected vehicle, telematics, applications. This is telling you where the car moves. For the first time, we have built a mechanism of overlaying what's inside the vehicle, the operational data, the contextual movement of someone moving around, or the operational data of the package moving around. And then the final one is the energy. What is moving that around? This is overlaid, it's then blended together, it's enhanced. We enhance this bringing through traffic, weather controls, or other aspects. And then we interrogate it through the global regulations, frameworks, or policies. This is where we get then the trip-level emissions. Our first customer is indeed Sam. He is an owner or an operator of a fleet. That could either be a very large fleet for logistics, all the way through to a leasing company that is moving us around. The next batch of customers, the suppliers and the financiers. If I'm a supplier, I'm supplying in to the Sams of the world. I'm a tire company. I have data on my tire, but I don't know the maximization of the rest of the supply chain. We help them. I'm a funder. I do a risk analysis when I'm actually going to go ahead and fund a charging infrastructure. Now I have the full picture. This is the recent cases we've done with customers. We are working with blue chip companies globally, the likes of BYD through to Pepsi or DHL. And these use cases here is reduce workload. With one customer, we were reducing a week and a half per month of manual scraping of data. This is a saving of 15 million a year. The second one, if you go from default to actual data when it comes to carbon emissions, this was one customer was saving 383 million. And the final one is then avoiding fines. One customer had vehicles in one hub, did not realize they were going in and out of a future low emission zone. Identify it, do something about it, you're saving 73 million. 25% of the market we're dealing with, anything that moves on the ground of road transportation. And for net zero goals that have been set, this is an annual budget of 1.75 trillion. We all make money if you can share the risk and share the return. And you do it through having data transparency with trip level emissions. This is clearly, we're a global company. We're now operating across Asia, US, and Europe. Customers include the largest retailer and logistics company, along with other companies. We've won some awards, including this one. And of course, we are aligned with all the regulations from generation of carbon credits through to getting you to the highest standards and beyond. Thank you.
We are really interested in working with startups to better understand and to learn about the battery life cycle, how to maximize the lifespan of the battery, how to maximize its value as well. Any startup that can help us to solve one of the issue, ecological or economical, linked to the battery. It's really what we are looking at. It will bring access to our networks, to our expertise, and hopefully a joint development of a new product or at least commercial collaboration.